Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to wherever you are watching from. I seriously can't believe that we hit 13,000 subscribers, you guys. That is absolutely mind-blowing to me. Like, we are so close to 15 now, so our next little milestone is going to be 15, and then hopefully eventually one day we'll get to 20,000. But as for right now, we just hit 13,000 subscribers. I do have a giveaway going on my channel if you have not seen that, but for today's video it was highly requested that I do a sushi mukbang Q&A style video. That is what I'm here to do, so without further ado, I'm actually starving, so let's get right into this. Grab your snacks, grab your lunch, grab your dinner, grab your breakfast. Whenever you're watching this, grab a snack and let's eat together. I'm going to answer some questions that you guys asked over on my Instagram. And on today's menu, what I'll be munching on is shrimp tempura. I absolutely love this stuff. I did reheat it because I did order everything for delivery. I got some of these salmon pieces. Honestly, not too sure what they're called, but I got 10 of them. I got some spicy salmon crisp rolls and then a avocado salmon roll. 2 orders of miso soup. I did warm one of them up, and then I got spicy mayo and then the typical soy sauce. So I'm so excited. As mentioned, I was starving, so just gonna take quick bites. I'm hungry. So good. I got Mountain Dew to drink. It's a celebration. We gotta celebrate. I do love me some Mountain Dew. I just want to take a couple bites out of everything first before we get into answering the questions, if that's okay with you guys, because like I said, I am starving. I love miso soup. It's so good. If you guys are eating anything with me right now, comment down below what you are eating because I'm curious. I'm not going to go in like really any particular order, but first question was, do you speak Spanish? If you don't know, my parents are both from Guatemala. They met back home, and I was born here as well as my brother. And the answer is yes, I do speak Spanish. I can speak it, and I can also understand it very well. I'm a little like iffy with writing it though, but I can write it, but I just might have some like grammatical errors and stuff like that. But yes, I do speak Spanish. I want to try one of these before they get cold. So good. I love shrimp tempura. It was funny because they gave so many chopsticks and cutlery, but it's just me eating it here. A couple of you actually had questions about my dog, because I do post my dog a lot. What breed is he? Is he a rescue, etc. Another one was, how did I get him? And so I'm going to give you guys a little backstory on my puppy, which is over here. He's on the sofa. Sorry, Mom. I know you're going to watch this and you're going to see him, but she doesn't like him going on the sofas, especially because these are like new sofas that we got. But this is my dog. His name is Che. He is going to be 13 years. His birthday is April 3rd. I got him when I was 15 years old. He is a border collie. He is not a rescue. We did buy him when he was a puppy. I would want to rescue a dog, but also like I could not imagine not having my dog in my life, and like this specific puppy and this specific dog, I think he's perfect. I absolutely love him. But again, he is a border collie. Typically they're black and white. He was the only brown one out of his litter. I think there was like 7 other ones maybe, or 7 in total with him, but he was the only brown one. I wanted a dog so badly, so on my 15th birthday, after like begging my dad forever, my brother, who is older than I am, was looking into it, chose a specific breed, chose him. Well, if my mom's gonna pick it up, and I'll never forget, I don't even know if my dad will remember, the exact words my dad said was, "Go get him before I change my mind." My brother and my mom went into the car, they went to go and get him, and they came back, and I was crying. I was crying waiting for this puppy to come home. I was so excited. And so yes, I had him since I was 15 years old. He is now 13 years old, which Also, another thing is a lot of people don't really know my age. I know I look very young for my age, but I'm actually 27 years old, which might come as a shock to a lot of people, but yes, I am 27 years old. Another question that I got a lot was about my boyfriend and like moving in and marriage and all of that stuff, but there was another question where it was if I would get a puppy as like my boyfriend and I's little like fur baby kind of dog. At first I was very like, yes, I want to get another dog, we want a Frenchie, we're so excited for a Frenchie, and like we want a black one and then a brown one and all of that. But the older my dog gets, it just makes me sad, not gonna lie. Like, this is my first dog that I've ever had, and truly he has impacted my life in like the best way possible. The fact that he's getting older and like he's 13, when he has to go, when it's his time to leave, like I don't know if I can do that more than once. I don't think any other dog will ever be as special to me as this dog is, because I love my dog to pieces. And like, I don't know, I really don't know, because at first I was like, yes, 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 picked out the breed. We love the Frenchies, but also I know they have a lot of health issues too, so that's another thing to think about with like medical costs and everything. So I don't really know, to be honest, but I do want kids first. That was another question, if we wanted kids. Yes, we absolutely do want kids. Before even having a dog, I would want to have a kid first, maybe make them grow up a little bit and then kind of go from there. But getting a dog with my boyfriend is not a top priority of mine. Whether he's my boyfriend or my fiance or my husband at whatever point, it's just not a top priority. Like I said, I'd rather have kids first and then kind of see what happens in the future. This one was actually a really good one, and I like this one. It was curious to know if you and Pablo would like to move in together before marriage. How do you feel about that? Any plans for the near future? And I know there's a lot of different opinions about moving in. Do you wait for marriage? Do you not wait for marriage? Do you move in first before wanting to get married to them to kind of test out the water? We've talked about it. We're on the exact same page. I want to do all of that before getting married. For me personally, and I know everybody's beliefs are different, whatever you believe is totally okay, like it's up to you, whatever, but I just could not see myself being engaged and about to marry somebody and still live at my parents' house. Like, that's just not for me. I want to be in my own house, in my own space with my fiance. Something about that kind of seems a little odd, and I've talked with him about it, where I would not want to be engaged and then just come back home to my parents' house. Although I love my parents' house, don't get me wrong, I love my parents and I love my parents' house. I love everything about this house, but I don't know, just being engaged and coming back here, I can't see it for me personally. Whatever works for you as a couple or as an individual, do it. But for us, that's just what makes more sense to us. Just gonna drink from the bowl because it's faster, and I really love miso soup. What travel plans do you have for this year? So we are potentially going away in July. I think I'm gonna get like a week or two off of both my jobs. That was another one. If you guys don't know, I actually have 2 other jobs aside from content creation. I waitress, and then I have a work from home job. I'm not gonna get into too much detail for both of those, but I do have other jobs as well, so this isn't like my full-time job. I think in July I'm gonna have 2 weeks off, and we are potentially maybe thinking about going to either Paris or Italy. So not too sure which one. I don't want to put too much out there, so we're gonna see. We also have to see like if we'll be able to travel, because with the way the world is going and the economy and like inflation and everything, we don't know. But as of right now, potentially Paris or Italy. Last year we did a lot of traveling. We went to Vegas, we went to Banff, we went to Victoria all in one year, which we were super, super blessed to do that. But again, with the way that the world is going in the economy, it is smart, in my opinion, what we think is to save money. Like I said, we do want to buy a house, so we're just going to kind of see within the next couple months, which July is coming up. So it might be like a last minute planned trip, but those are the 2 options that we're looking into. Outside of your immediate family, do you have a lot of family members in Canada? So not really, actually. Like, I have my grandma, my uncle, and my aunt from my dad's side. And then from my mom's side, everybody is back home in Guatemala, but then also one of my grandmas is in LA. So we're pretty small knit family here in Canada. Not too many of us are here in Canada. My aunt on my dad's side is in Victoria, which is why I went to go visit her last year with my boyfriend as one of our travel like stops. I do love going back home to Guatemala to visit everybody, so I have to do that again soon with my mom. I usually go with my mom. Next question is, do you have a time frame of when you want to buy a house and have kids? So I'm somebody that I understand the whole like time frame and people having certain ages that they want to hit certain milestones. As a kid, that's definitely something that I thought about, where I was like, I want to have kids by this age, I'm gonna have a house by this age, I'm gonna have a car by this age, or I'm gonna do this, and you put timelines on everything. And the more I grew up, the more I realized that times are always changing, you're always changing. It's better to not rush into something. Figure it out first, take your baby steps, set yourself up for success, and don't worry about what age it is, because at the end of the day, nobody freaking cares. Don't compare yourself to other people either. Like, I have friends that have gotten married, I have friends that have bought houses, I have friends that moved out. Others are single, live at their own house, others are single and live at home. Everybody's at different stages of their life. And I just feel like I don't put pressure on myself for anything like that. Like, don't get me wrong, I still have goals and aspirations. But to say like, oh, I'm gonna buy a house by 28, it's not gonna happen. Realistically, will say though, I do want to have at least one kid by the age of 31. So that's one of the like time frames that I've personally given myself. But other than that, like, if it doesn't happen, it doesn't happen. I'm not going to be upset about it. I'm not going to beat myself up over it. I do want to have a house within the next 2 to 3 years. So before I'm 30, I do want to at least have a house or enough for a down payment for a house. Thankfully, I'm on track for it, especially because I do have my boyfriend as well. So it wouldn't be like a single cost just for me. I'd be able to split that with my boyfriend when that time comes. Like, we're both ready to move in, but right now the housing market is crazy, and saving up money again is very tough in an economy like this. But that's our main priority, is to get a house. But I'm not forcing myself, and I'm also not kicking myself down being like, oh well, they're married, or well, they have their own house together, or they're married and have a house, or they have a kid, or you know what I mean. I'm so content with my life right now that I have nothing to kind of be upset over. So I feel very blessed in that sense, and I don't feel a need to rush into anything or compare myself. Whatever happens will happen. What's meant to be, it will be. Next question is, do you find astrology interesting? What's your sign? So I don't know too much about astrology. I am a Gemini though. I know we don't have the best reps. Geminis are the twin, which my brother is also a Gemini. And I'm a May Gemini. I'm born May 31st. And he is a June Gemini. So he is born June 16th. And it's so funny too, because I truly feel like him and I represent the twins. I call him my twin, even though he is a couple years older than me. So we're not actually twins, but we are Geminis, and Geminis are twins. So I call him my twin. We are so similar, but at the same time too, we're very different in the sense that, like, small little things, like he likes tomatoes, I don't like tomatoes. I like onions, he doesn't like onions. Little things like that, where he's good at math and I suck. I absolutely suck at math. Don't ask me a math question if I don't have a calculator, because I won't know the answer. I'm louder, I'm more out there, where he's more like reserved and like calm. We do match, and I feel like I can see us as Geminis. My boyfriend is a Pisces, which is like the little fish sign. So I can see Pisces in him. And it's so funny too, because I was talking to my boyfriend the other day about our kids, and I was saying that I wanted to have a kid potentially be born in July, and I think that's Cancer, like the Cancer July. And so I was looking into it and like seeing what the Cancers like had, and I was like, okay, like I can deal with the Cancer baby. And I was like explaining it to him. So I just found this question very funny, but we don't like 100% believe in it. I really don't know like the whole backstory of it. I don't know like what my rising sign is, or like any of that. I just know I'm a Gemini. I was born in May, my brother's a Gemini, and my boyfriend's a Pisces. My camera stopped recording and I don't know when it stopped, but I was saying that I wish I had organized these questions because they're kind of all over the place. But the next one is future marriage plans. When do you want to get married? Going back to not having a timeline, I don't have like a specific year. I would potentially like to get engaged during the fall time because I feel like the engagement photos in fall would be so pretty. Or take engagement photos when we're like traveling somewhere. Like if he proposed to me in like, I don't know, a different country, I feel like I would really like that. He already knows this. We've already discussed this. I have talked this over with Pablo already so many times. So I feel like engagement shoot in the fall here would be really, really pretty with the changing leaves and everything. Like on a cute little like hike or like scenery area would be nice, but also would love to have like engagement photos in a different country, like Paris maybe or somewhere like that, or get engaged there. That would be cute. But as for like wedding, again, I feel like a fall wedding, the temperature would be nice. I wouldn't want a wedding in winter, that's for sure. And then summer I feel like would be way too hot, so not sure. I do know that I want a small wedding though. Nothing crazy. I would be fine just having my immediate family there. Like, I just want to marry my best friend and live a happy life with him, and that's it. Like that's all I want. That would make me happy. And just have cute memories and photos that we can just hang around the house and like relive that moment. I feel like talking and eating is making me full fast. This one was interesting. It says, how do you see your life when you move in with Pablo? So what I feel like that question is saying is like, how well will Pablo and I get along, or like what a day-to-day life will look for us. Pablo and I are very similar, where we like to do things a lot with each other. We don't really like go out a lot. We don't like to party a lot. Like as long as I'm with him, like I'm happy, and vice versa. We like to play video games a lot, and actually during COVID we spent a lot of time together at his house because everything was locked down, so him and I were spending a lot of time together, and it was just really fun. Like you're with your best friend. Sure, there's gonna be arguments, like no couple is perfect, like there's gonna be arguments. If you're not arguing in your relationship, like it's too good to be true. There's no way people will not argue with each other. We're very chill. If he's busy, I'll be on my computer editing, or if I'm editing and doing something, he'll also be doing something on his computer. Or like we just like to like hang out, chill, watch a movie, eat good food. We're both excited to like learn how to cook and do recipes together. I think that's going to be a huge kind of like date night quality time thing that we're going to do, is like learning new recipes and like following recipes online. An eternal sleepover with your best friend. I'm sure arguments will happen, like what couple doesn't fight, as I mentioned. Communication is always going to be key. Are you going to eventually do social media full time? As mentioned, I do have 2 other jobs. Oh my gosh, I'm getting full. I do have other jobs, my work from home job, and then the job where I waitress at. There was 10 of these and 12 of these and 4 of those. So I smashed a good amount of sushi. This is a kind of tough question for me to answer because as of right now, I don't see myself doing social media full time. However, I do make a good income from social media. So it's a good like side hustle that I get from, you know, sponsorships, collaborations. I get paid through that. And then I get paid through you guys watching my content. But I've also gotten really good at balancing all 3 of them, which I know is kind of crazy and it sounds like a lot. Would I want to? Yes. If one day we magically hit 1 million subscribers and I can make a solid living off of this, absolutely I would quit the jobs and just do social media full time. Like I have no problem with that. But as of right now, I do make a good income from it, but it's not like a steady enough income for me to be like, okay, you know what, let me just quit all my jobs and pursue this. And also this is something I love doing. It doesn't even feel like a job or anything like that. Like this is just so much fun to me to show you guys everything that I buy, my opinions on it, and like doing hauls for you guys is truly something that I love doing. And the fact that it doesn't feel like a job is also something that I really like and appreciate. So I never feel pressured to do anything. I never feel pressured to say anything. I post here on my terms. Whatever I want to post, I can post. I'm not somebody that's a huge risk taker, even though I have been skydiving. I've walked with wolves. I've done like crazy things like that. Absolutely one day want to do it full time, but as of right now, I'm very happy with how everything is. I've been able to balance it out. I make a good income. No complaints whatsoever. I've been able to save a lot of money as well through this, and that's why I always want to give back to you guys. Like I have the 13,000 giveaway going on right now. If you didn't know, you can win the Samsung Galaxy Buds Pro 2, which retail for around $300 Canadian. So I will have that video up top over here of how you can enter and win all of that. So good luck to you guys. I do appreciate you guys so much, like more than you guys freaking know. Like I seriously cannot believe we're at 13,000 and we're gonna go to 15, and I was sitting here a couple years ago doing like a get to know me, and I think we just had maybe like 1,000 subscribers when I did the get to know me, maybe even less. But it's crazy just going from 1,000 subscribers to 13,000 subscribers. Like, that is absolutely wild. I can't thank you guys enough. But yeah, that is everything. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video and learned a little bit more about me. Thank you guys so much for being here and subscribing. If you're not already subscribed and you've stumbled upon this mukbang, definitely hit that subscribe button, give this video a big thumbs up, and I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye!